Does it still work if I don't pay it all right with my first payment? Can I then come back in a week or two and pay the next principal? Does that still apply? Does it still work that way?
Dr. Wynn, flesh and blood did not reveal that unto you.
I'm asking for a friend.
Listen, as long as the bank receives it before the first of the next month, you save that money. You save that interest. How's that sound?
Perfect.
So listen, what we're doing, Dr. Wynn, is we're just giving you the basics so that you can understand that it works. What we're also providing with the P.I.L.L method system, we're providing the exact amount of money you need to pay to the penny to save the most in interest per dollar. So, do you want your dollar to do the most for you it possibly can?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, knowing that if you pay the wrong amount at the wrong time, do you realize you can actually pay too much at the wrong time and it can actually hurt you?
Good point.
All right. Let me show you something here. Now, we're looking at cumulative principal here. I'm looking at column 3 and column 4. And if you look at line 12, you see that if I'm going to pay down $10,000 that the bank wants me to pay in the first year and pay them $14,857.24, if I pay them using their payment schedule, here's my question to you, Dr. Wynn. Do I have to pay the $10,439 in 12 monthly payments? Do I have to?
No, you do not.
If I had it, could I give it to them all on line 1?
Yes, you could.
If I did, would I be paid down to line 12 in 1 month?
Yes, you would.
And what happens to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12? What happens to all those interest payments?
Canceled.
And my next mortgage payment for February would be on what line of this schedule?
Line 13.
13. There you go. Come on.
Early in the morning.
That's what we're talking about, Dr. Wood. So to do the exact same thing, if I had the money, I could save $13,631 in interest. How does that sound?
Perfect.
So here's what we're talking about. I'm going to put a little calculator on the screen and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and then I'm going to finish up. Let's just say you could put any amount, a penny extra, a dime extra, $500 extra, $231.67 extra. You can put anything you want down. But what you want to know is when I put it down, how much interest am I saving per dollar? You know that can be figured out if somebody's doing the math, right?
Right.
So what if I just gave you 2 choices? Out of all the choices, I just gave you 2 if you have plenty of money in the bank. We're looking at line 12 and line 24. I could give the bank $10,439 early and knock out 12 payments, or I can look at line 24 and give them $21,000 and knock out 24 payments and save about 29 grand in interest. So if you had plenty of money, which one would you choose?
21,195.51.
And why is that?
That's down because that knocks out 24 months of interest.
And so
24 payments of interest.
Exactly. Now, here's what the bank is looking at. How much interest can I make on this deal? And how many mistakes can I get my clients to make? Because the more mistakes they make, the more money I make, right? So if I'm looking at 14,000, so if we look at line 12, all right, the 14,857 in interest, right?
Right.
And 24 cents. If I prepay the $10,000, I'm not going to pay all that interest, right?
Right.
So if I take the interest I could save and divide it by the amount of money I could pay, the $10,439, will that tell me how much interest I'm saving per dollar?
Oh, I see. Okay.
I see. So says the blind man. Okay, so what we're going to do is divide this. All right. So we're going to divide it by 10,439. There's more to this than meets the eye. And the bank owners know this. Okay. So I'm saving $1.42. So for every dollar you apply to principal, you're saving $1.42 in interest. How valuable would that be to you?
Extremely. Saving more than what you're paying.
So listen, even if it was $5, it just makes even $5 look better now, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So if you gave me $1 and I gave you back $1.42, how many times would you do that, Dr. Wynn?
I'm giving you dollars all day, every day.
Okay. The bank has to do the exact same thing. Do you realize how important it is for the banks for us not to know that?
Yes.
That's why it's not taught in school. Okay. Now watch this. Now I'm saving $1.42 in interest for every dollar. So now I'm going to clear this out. I'm now on line 24, where we're going to put in 29,396.97 and divide that. We're going to divide it by the 21,195. Okay. 21,195.51 and equals, $1.38. If I could save $1.42 per dollar, should I ever accept $1.38 per dollar in savings?
No.
The bankers know that. So moving the right amount of money at the right time matters. So why does this matter to us on a larger scale? Because we're making plenty of money. It's just too much of our money is going to interest. What if we could determine, Dr. Wynn, that I'm getting my best return on my money at this much money I have. And once I receive the best return on my money by putting it towards saving interest, then putting any more, I'm losing out, aren't I?
Right.
Then what do I do with that extra money? Should I put it into some sort of investment and make money with it now?
Sounds like a plan.
So what if there was a computer program that helped you to determine how much you were supposed to put towards debt reduction and how much you were supposed to put towards wealth creation out of your money?
Then we should all get that.
So listen, doctor, go to ice10k.com. You'll see getting a savings and earnings report. Make sure you get a savings and earnings report, follow all of the directions, and we will put together a report for you so that you can know the month, day, and year you could be debt-free with your current budget. And you don't have to sacrifice lifestyle. You don't have to cut up your credit cards. You don't have to eat beans and rice 7 days a week. You don't have to, stay home and not go on vacation. Okay. And you don't have to drive a 30-year-old car forever, and you can live well. Why are you laughing at me? Because you know somebody who says all that, don't you?
Yes.
So this is what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about how to save money, how to borrow money at a discount so you don't have to keep giving all of your money to the bank. This is what we mean.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.